Yes, people. Yes, people. I'm your host, the most, the British 258, here today to give you the latest Chelsea transfer news. Here we go. As you can see, Rakitic stands slightly broken today, so you're going to be doing it like this, as if I'm an actual reporter live on the scene with this breaking news for you. So have to go like this today. So if you see me holding like this, that's the reason why. But hey ho, thanks again for coming along to watch along to this today. Of course, we're going to be doing a few things. Obviously, talk about the latest Chelsea transfer news, some of the stuff that's come out. There's been quite a few breaking news today, I would say, in regard to different players and different other stuff. So listen, we're definitely going to be speaking about that. Definitely going to having a few conversations about that for sure. I think we're also going to be talking a bit more. I think for me about obviously Tosin, obviously Sesko versus Alvarez, obviously goalkeeper now coming in, maybe Bulka Nation, you know what I mean? Bulka Nation, hey, listen, man, if he comes in, man, listen, I'm all aboard. I am all aboard personally. But listen, there's a bunch of other stuff that's definitely going to be speaking about, of course, for sure. But listen, like, share, subscribe. And boys, I'm going to start, of course, with the big breaking news, which is, of course, that my guy Tosin has signed for Chelsea Football Club. So here we are. This is my guy Tosin, obviously signed for Chelsea today. Tell me, guys, first things first, bro. Hey, driving 30 minutes to get from. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Big up to my guy, Style Adrian. Hey, correction, the brick version T. Nah, we got a new brick, man. We got the new brick here. We got the new brick here for sure. Now, listen, big up to my guy Tosin, of course. Quality player, as I've spoken about many times before. Obviously, he's signed for the club now and everything like that, of course. He's been announced, obviously, this year, 26 years old. He actually, I really liked a few of his comments, of course, which is what I want to start with. And some of his comments are as such. Chelsea's a huge club, and this is a full circle moment for me. I was born 3 miles away from Stamford Bridge and made my professional debut here. So clearly, this is a club with a lot of connections for him. So it makes sense that it was quite easy for us to actually, be able to come and speak of him for sure. Here's some other quotes, of course, courtesy of the aggregator pies. He says, Tosin asked to compare himself to previous players. John Terry, for example, his leadership, and Christensen. We're getting Christensen thoughts. Hey, man, I never thought I would see the day where Christensen's getting hyped up like this. You know what I mean? Every day you hear something new. But of course, Christensen is obviously one of these guys. How well he can play on the ball. I like to take bits from their games into mine. Of course, one of the big things I always say, as a player, don't limit yourself onto one guy. Take a piece out of take a piece out of everyone else, and listen, learn to use it to improve your game. And clearly, man, he's doing that. More power to him at the end of the day, and I like that. And I like that from him. Tosin, if you can't beat him, join him. That's what we like to. Obviously, we beat Fulham on both home and away in the league this season. So probably why he's saying that, by the way. Which is, listen, again, credit to us. Credit to Chelsea for being able to do that first and foremost. And credit to Chelsea for, listen, being able to track the man down. Something else he just talks about quickly as we continue on with this nice little conversational angle in regards to Tosin. He says, Tosin says Zidane, Ronaldo, Lampard and Drogba were his inspirations. They had aura and stepped up in big games. So that's clearly, some of his favorites. Yeah, listen, next up, man, if that's what got us him, I can't comment, you know what I mean? Thank you very much. And we keep it pushing. My message to the fans is to be excited for next season. We are going to win. And Tosin's main aim, he says, winning the Champions League has always been the one for me. That's the one I'm striving for. That's the one this club is going to be striving for. So that's the one we have to push for. Fair enough, hey, man. You still win the Tosin. I like the ring to that. I would like to think that everyone else would agree with that sort of school of thought and statement. So, hey, man, listen, if you can do that for me, if you can bag for me, and you can do that for me on a weekly basis, Tosin, I'm here for it, bro. I am here for it 110% of the time. But, guys, man, how are we feeling now? Tosin's officially signed. I'm pretty sure many of us here are quite happy about that at the end of the day. We wanted Tosin. People, I know that a lot of guys, been making comments in regards to that too. One of the other big things that also came out was the fact that Manchester United tried to make a late attempt, to try to hijack the deal. which, we were getting accused of as Chelsea Football Club to be able to do. We were the so-called hijackers, Chelsea Football Club, Armin Abdi, the big hijackers, the guys that steal players away. That's what we were being claimed to do. But it seems that was not, of course, the case. So, listen, again, I'm quite happy about this signing, as I said before, multiple times. Good quality guy, can be good quality depth, can also help us in the first team playing that RCB role at the end of the day. So listen, I'm happy about that. I'm pretty sure many of us here are also happy about that too. So listen, we move at the end of the day, man. And as I always say, a win is a win. A win is a win. So first things first, thank you to my guy Tosin for coming to Chelsea Football Club, and I'm really appreciative of that. So let's now move on, and I want to speak about this guy. And this is the fact that I know, obviously, Fabrizio has been reporting the fact that we're not into goalkeepers, we're not targeting goalkeepers. That it's not our aim of the game for us at the end of the day. But big but here, it seems that might not be the case. As obviously we've had previous reports about previous goalkeeper win this week, and now this from L'Equipe, the French main newspaper. And they say that Chelsea and AC Milan are showing interest in Marcin Bulka. And this guy, obviously, you guys know, I've been Bulka Nation for a very long time. I've said this before to many of you guys here, that Bulka is an extremely quality player. And the fact that, they are also, that he's also one of those ones that's a former academy player too. Ex-Cobham, played for us, I believe, before too. So listen, there's a connection there. And that would usually, in my personal opinion, make it a lot more easier for us to be able to go to come and get him and pick him up. When you have that connection, you know the guy already. He's been at your football club already. That's the perfect opportunity, as I always say, to come and pick up a guy that you may or may not want. So for me personally, bro, that's the thing that you should be aiming for at the end of the day. So listen, if you can get him, boys and girls, I would be over the moon. But listen, we move. And one of the reasons why I'm actually wanted him, by the way, is because of this. And again, he would be a very good cheap option, by the way, right? In regard to this. So, as many of you may or may not know, League 1, has not been able to find a broadcaster yet. So, if I quickly explain this, just to sum it up for the Chelsea guys here, in basically League 1, right? They initially had agreed a deal with a Chinese company that was going to, for around about, I think it was £1 billion for their TV rights, sports rights. They usually actually agree with RMC Sport. That's why, a lot of the time when you watch League 1 football, you usually find it on RMC Sport. Now, what's happened is that Chinese deal, I think, which was agreed, I think 4 or 5 years ago, they weren't able to, the Chinese company wasn't able to pay it. And so Amazon and RMC were able to then get the rights for only £250 million. Now, obviously, that has now ended. That deal has now ended, and no one seems to be trying to buy the TV rights for League at maybe the price they've set it at. And as such, it means none of the teams have currently any TV revenue to come and collect or even pick up right now. So this is the perfect opportunity where you can go in there and hunt. Hunt and get your players from the league. From Liga. So for me personally, this is a perfect opportunity, and again, if you're clearly looking for a guy like this guy who's a good goalkeeper, can fit into the team quite well, good with his feet, great saver, and everything of the sort, this is your guy. You know what I'm saying to you? This is your guy at the end of the day. Big up to my guy Adam, CFC, nice to see you here. And look, they've got financial problems. Listen, we're financially competent, everything like that. Let's bring this guy in at the end of the day. And I'm pretty sure he will be a number one without any doubt at all. And again, if I'm not mistaken, Bulka is also Polish. You can watch him again, play for Poland and make your mind up on whether or not you like him or not too. So, hey, more options for you there to look about at the end of the day. Now, this is the next topic, guys. I'm flying through topics. You know what I mean? I'm moving like as they say, the Flash. And this is from the same gentleman, Gaston Doe. And I think this is via his channel, which is LB Celeste Talk, I believe. And he said that Chelsea have made it known they will make a proposal for Julian Alvarez in the next few days. Right, so clearly this is someone that it seems, at least according to Gaston Edul, that we are trying to make a offer for. Right, so again, Clearly, good one to do. Clearly, a great option to have at the end of the day. I like him. I like what I see from him. You know, guys know my thoughts on him. If you are going to be making an offer for him in the next few days, you'd probably try to get it done within the end of this week, early this week, to try to, first of all, bring in your offer. If you already know you've got PSG that might possibly be wanting to get him to, if then obviously the fact that Ottoman may be too expensive for him. So clearly, if you want to get him, that's your guy. If not, and if the rumors are true about you trying to get Sesko, that might be another thing to think about entirely. But currently, I don't think that's the case as such. For me, obviously, currently a great guy. Bit to my guy Sheik, bit to my guy A Solomon too. So again, there's been some more information, obviously, from Fabrizio, by the way. And one of the things that they mentioned is that the City, the Manchester, whoa, come on, let's not do that. The Manchester City will be important for Julian Alvarez. Not the City will be important for Julian Alvarez, not just the team. So clearly, he wants to go to somewhere where there's a lot of stuff, where it's a bit more interesting, but maybe you can meet a few more people. And one of the best things about being a London club is that you're in London, one of the most attractive cities in Europe. You can do a lot of stuff here if you've got the skills to pay the bills. So listen, this is a great option for us, and that's one of the advantages, by the way, of having a city like playing in a city like London. So we move on that one. Now, continuing on, he says Alvarez wants to be a starter at City, but he's not getting that. Chelsea offer, I don't know the exact amount. So clearly, as I said to you previously, he's facing the best striker, arguably, in the world, in Erling Haaland, unless you say Kylian Mbappe is the best striker in the world. So clearly, that's the guy that he's facing against. And, he's not going to be able to become a full starter in that situation. You've seen the way he plays in Man City. At times, he's almost playing as a cam, just behind him to create chances for him at the end of the day. So that's clearly one of the main reasons as to why he's clearly looking for a move away, trying to find a move away, and possibly try to become a starter somewhere. Chelsea obviously providing that best opportunity, I would argue. I'm pretty sure many of you guys here would argue the same. So for me, personally, this is the best option for him. So I don't know how much you're going to pay. If the rumors of around about £80 million or 80 million euros is what's going to get you there, then if you're Chelsea, don't mess about with this deal. Let's get it done. And this, to me, probably more than likely means, by the way, guys, the Sesko deal is off, by the way. For me, it clearly means that Sesko's chosen Arsenal. If this is true, and we're clearly, trying to go in for Alvarez, that, for me, more than likely means Sesko deal is off the table. So, again, something else to think about, something else to examine at the end of the day. So, look, at the end of the day, we're trying to bring this guy in. If it's going to cost you 70 or 80 million pounds, put that on the table, agree a deal that maybe will make it a bit more financially viable for you in how much you're going to pay for the money in bulk, or etc., etc. And let's get this done. Big up to my guy Enzo Fernandez, big up to my guy EE, big up to my guy Daniel. Maybe that might be the case too, EE. At the end of the day, either he doesn't like what we've given him, or was it called maybe we just feel like Alvarez is now available. Let's go and get the better striker with the proven stuff that they've been continuously banging on about. So again, we've got a perfect opportunity to do that here as well. So there's some more information actually that came out from Alvarez while we're speaking, and that was, of course, from my guy Fabrizio, and he says that during Alvarez situation, Man City want big money, and Alvarez would have to let them know he wants to leave face to face. Big up to my guy Lyndon. Nice to see you here as always. So again, yeah, clearly, again, that's clearly something that's been spoken about. Clearly, something that's gonna be interesting. Again, the big money from what we're hearing, 70, 80 million. And once he told them he wants to leave face to face, GG's. Personally, I would say Alvarez, particularly again about experience, the way he plays, the way he suits us a lot better than Sesko, and there's a bit more age experience and connections in the team too, with him and Enzo in particular. Right? In regards to that, I think he mentioned something else, but clearly he has not brought that up, because I know he mentioned something else. Fabrizio also mentions this. There's nothing concrete and no bid or direct contact from any Premier League clubs, but there could be movement soon. Let's wait and see. Hmm. Could we get aggressive enough to get both our brother Tesco? We need plan A and B. The problem is, bro, the reason why I would kind of disagree with that is because you've got Jackson there too. So are you just like Jackson, from what he did for you last season, he's more than good enough, by the way, to be your backup. So, and plus I think Jackson, as of currently, is probably at the same level as Sesko. So it's a bit unfair to Jackson, in my personal opinion. And plus I think Alvarez is your plan A, Jackson's your plan B. So there's no need for you to get two strikers, in my personal opinion. Yeah, listen, are we still doing face to face in 2024? Fire up the jet, Ahmed. Listen, I'm there, man. I'm there. Listen, correspondent Ahmed today. Literally, we will be there no matter what. I'll be able to get there, handle business. You know me, guys, man. You know me, man. Listen, when I come to the table, deals get done. Deals get done for sure. I heard some rumors about Nkunku today. Yes, there was some bit of some breaking news in regards to Nkunku, which we'll definitely get to today as well, Daniel and I. So, listen, I want to actually compare Sesko and Alvarez. And let me bring up Sesko first. I know a lot of people say don't use FB ref and stuff, but I find FB ref in the way it shows stuff to be a bit more, I would say, yeah, a bit more effective. Let's just say. Sesko, obviously Slovenian striker. They did him dirty with this picture. You can never forget. 100% agree with that comment. There's no way they're gonna sell him. They love this guy way too much. Let me put this at an angle. Maybe it'll work if I do it like this. Let me know, guys, if my mic is working properly too. So this is what some of the stuff that's on him. Obviously, 31 games, 14 goals, 2 assists. This is his potential XG. He's clearly doubled the XG that was expected from him, and the non-penalty XG that he scored. And he's doubled his expected assists too. Right? And then you look at, oh my lord, don't do this to me. Obviously, you look at this non-penalty goals, 0.75, which is in the 96th percentile for strikers. If you look at him, he's already he's only Sergio Girassi in the German league has got a higher penalty in non-XG goals, right? So in the Bundesliga, so that's quite high. I agree with this, by the way. I agree with this for sure. Sounds like Fab is backtracking a bit regarding Alvarez. Do you want to clarify that for me, bro? I'm not sure I understand. Do you think that maybe Fabrizio doesn't might know the information that Chelsea might be going after him? How so? Please explain to me, my friend. Obviously, this is non-penalty XG. The issue with a guy like Sesko comes in here, right? This is something. This is something that I've talked about previously. So this is shot creation actions. The two offensive actions directly leading to a shot, such as a pass, passes, take-ons, drawing fouls. No, a single player can receive credit for multiple actions, and the shot taker can also receive different credit. All right. So this is the thing that I've tried to speak to you guys about multiple times, right? Where it becomes which is this. The problem with a guy like Sesko is that you look at this, he's not passing, he's not moving, he's not doing that sort of. Maybe he's doing the movement to get the final ball for the pass to create the shot, but he's not creating the shot himself. He's not linking up play as effectively. He's not moving around, making passes, stuff like that. Things that we actually credit Jackson for a lot more, in my personal opinion, in the stuff that he's able to do. So again, something to think about, something to look at. Excuse me, something to look at again for sure. Currently in the update, Daniel Knight. Again, it's a wait and see approach on that one. Vic says, never say never about Nkunku. We paid 60 million for him. If PSG drop 80 million, we'll consider it at the end of the day. It's business. That is true, but the problem is, I think that they love him too much. That's the thing. They need Nkunku to bang. Like, you can't just sell him after one season of injuries. That's the problem. They would never be able to do that, in my personal opinion. I mean, his first comment was feeding the rumor. Now it sounds like he's on the fence. You know what he's like? Maybe, sometimes, I personally feel that at times maybe Fabrizio gets calls from agents, or maybe he gets calls from the club to kind of die the story down almost, so that you can allow the teams to do their work in silence. Right, and then so again, that could be an option there too. Lyndon says, who would he take, Alvarez or Sesko? I would take Alvarez. And the problem with Sesko is our history of attackers from the Bundesliga. Werner Havertz, Bundesliga strikers are a scam. I hear you. The thing of the problem of the Bundesliga, and I always put it like this, yeah. Yes, there will be guys that are like are scoring crazy goals in the Bundesliga that are like literally good guys. Like Lewandowski is a good example of that. Obviously, Kane's at the Bundesliga doing that right now, who we know has tenure in the EPL. I'm trying to think of other guys that have banged there and that have cooked. Podolski, maybe you could argue, but like if you actually look at the league itself, the league is a high attacking league, higher line football. So clearly, these strikers are going to be a bit more effective in that league per se. Like you're going to be getting a lot more shots, a lot more opportunities to score. Unlike the French league, Ligue 1, Serie A, La Liga, EPL, if that makes sense, where the chances are a bit more reduced and harder to come by. Now, I want to actually look at Alvarez now, Alvarez, right? Julian Alvarez, right? So that's the other guy we're going to be looking at. He's got a nice picture, bro. Obviously, 36 league games played, 11 goals, 8 assists, 13 expected, 11.5 non-expected goal, and 6.4. Now, if you look at him, yeah, this is what I'm talking about, by the way. Yeah, non-penalty XG, 0. He's in the 94th percentile. You look at that, right? Only Trossard is only higher than him in regard to non-penalty XG. Again, you look at this one again. Only Salah again is higher than him in the non-penalty XG range. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Though the shot creation active, by the way, yeah. If I was to have a look at buddy, sorry. If you look at the shot creation Ericsson, early James Madison, a guy who is a lot more creative and is doing stuff for that to create his shot, is the only guy that's pretty much higher in the EPL for him. And that's the thing I'm talking about, right? This is really good for him. If you look at Jackson as well, Jackson probably has just as high as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? Right? You look at Jackson, I am so sure his one's going to be high too. Right? Look at Jackson. Jackson also, the shot creating action 3.05. And that is down to his link-up play and being able to pass and move around at the same time. So that's the thing I always talk about, where that stuff is a lot more key, particularly in the system that we are playing, particularly in the striker system we're trying to play. That is probably where you are going to need a lot of that stuff to be happening as well. Vic says, again, it's down to Maresca. If they trust him, they will listen to him. If they don't see Nkunku as a different maker, I rate Nkunku, but I don't think he'll score 20 plus goals a season. I'm sorry. That's fair enough, bro. But I think the issue that I would have with that said statement is this. I think for me, I don't want him to be a 20 plus goal a season scorer. I want him to be having 15 goals and 15 assists. That's what you need him to be doing. You need him to be assisting goals and scoring goals at the same time. If he's going to be in that position and being able to provide you that 20, 25 GNA, 30 GNA, that's the stuff that I'm looking for from him personally, more than anything else in particular. That's what I'm looking for from my guy. That's what I'm going to say. So I don't know what's it called. I don't know why people are surprised by that. Big up to my guy Keyshawn. I agree. Vic, he will stop scoring Bundesliga before he left. That is true. But again, I always say, by the way, listen, again, as I always say, it depends on what we're looking at, right? In the sense that, listen, it's all well and good, by the way, that we may want to go because he's a top scorer he's a top scorer in the Bundesliga, but in Nkunku, where he was playing the Bundesliga, high attacking was the name of the game, but not so much here. So again, it's just about how do you play him, what do you want from him, and that's all it is. So listen, I'm not too stressed about this. I'm not too stressed about this again at the end of the day. Let me. So we keep Nkunku, then gets injured again, 5, getting considered, don't know what, suck it up. But the problem is, bro, yes, he got injured for us this season, but that's not the problem, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes, bro, people just play and get injured. I think it's a bit unfair on him just to say that he's gonna get injured again when that may or may not be the case at the end of the day. So again, I feel like we're being a bit unfair to him, at the end of the day. So let's give him a bit more parity, if that makes sense. Let's bring him a bit more parity at the end of the day. So that's just my personal opinion when it comes down to it. So we move on that one. Now, one thing I do want to talk about, yeah, is this. Yeah. So this is from Jacobs Ben. Again, pinch of salt with him. I don't really find him usually as reliable as many others. He says Sethko, Duran, Evan Ferguson, and among Chelsea striker options. A surprise move for Julian Alvarez cannot be ruled out. Again, with him, again, I would say pinch of salt. We don't big. I know a lot of people believe him and rate him as a source, but again, with me, I am a bit more laissez-faire with him. Like I'm a bit more hands off. I don't know if I 100%. I don't know if I 100% agree with that at all. So again, we move on that one. Let's bloody hell, what's going on today? Alvarez over Sesco in regards to adaptation period too. That's what I'm saying. Fundamentally, and again, I've said this before to you, Enzo Fernandez, right? Which is this. I think for me, he's the best player that we can have available. And I think for me, he would work. Let's not try to, change the game when we know something works perfectly. That's all it is, bro. Nkunku says, what's it called? Nkunku has 7 different injuries in 2 years. I'm not hating him, but I do accept 18 million and wash my hands. Well, the problem is, bro, who are you going to replace him with? I'm not too sure. That's the problem for me. I feel like you need him. So, again, I would kind of disagree with that one personally. Hopefully, if you can keep him fit and he's all good, then he should be fine. You should be pretty much fine, I would say. I was wrong about Alvarez. I liked him when he first joined, but then wrongly thought he had gone off like Jesus, but his stats look very good. Yeah, they do, bro. It's just that, again, he's playing in that role where he's almost playing like a 10. He's not even playing like, his actual role as a striker. That's the thing, bro. A lot of people, I don't think, have realized that he's literally, been playing in the role of the striker, not even as a first teamer. So, that's why, I feel like a lot of people have been kind of unfairly harsh on him. So, listen, at the end of the day, he's definitely a quality player, a guy you want to have on your team. So, listen, in regards to the striker market, that's pretty much it right now. There's no other news really that I've heard about. Nothing much in regards to any other striking news, of course. But listen, I'm going to talk about, obviously, this from my guy, Mauricio Sarri. And that is this. Mauricio Sarri, leaving Chelsea has been my biggest mistake. There was a good basis to stay there and continue at the club. I did a big mistake in that moment. We won the Europa League. The project was great, but I wanted to return in Italy, unfortunately. Listen, obviously, he's admitting that he's made a mistake, which is fair enough to him. I always thought that, listen, if we had continued Sarri, particularly how the football was really looking towards the middle to end bit, yeah, with how good we were looking, how great we were looking, and they provided him even more money, I honestly believe Sarri would have probably had us cooking a lot quicker than a lot of people realizing. Honestly, under obviously my guy Roman Abramovich. I honestly believe that. I just think part of the reason why he left for Italy, and I'm pretty sure he would agree with this too, was the way he was really treated in the media, partially by some of the way a lot of the fans didn't really feel like, they had a connection with him per se. But I always believed in Sarri ball. I know a lot of people hated Sarri ball because, it's just sideways and forwards. When I feel like a lot of people didn't realize that a lot of the players that he had didn't suit the system that he was trying to play. You know what I mean? Only a few guys did, and there were so many other players from the Conte era and the Mourinho era which just did not fit the system at all. So it was really unfair on him the way he was treated, for me personally, at the end of the day. So we move. Out of interest, will you take? I wouldn't mind Alfonso Davis, but again, the thing for me with him, slightly obviously there's a slight concern of one or two injuries that he's had previously, and then I think for me he very much is very similar to Chilwell, where I love what he does going forward, but going backwards, by the way, going backwards is the issue for me with Davies, like his defensive actions. One of the reasons why I'm a big fan of Theo Hernandez is that Theo Hernandez is great going forward, but what he has done in the last year or two, if you watch him at Serie A, is that he's improved massively defensively. Like he's the way he comes back for defense and does the stuff that he was doing has been a lot more better. That's the thing that I think has really helped him to improve and get to that next level, Tio Hernandez. Whereas Alphonso Davies, great going forward, but defensively, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's where the issue lies. Ahmed, now you're asking the right question. Replacement, glad. I made you change your stance a little bit. Yeah, that's fair enough. But like, this is the thing. Like, I would hear, even if I was to agree with you and be like, okay, let's move on to Nkunku. The problem I would have then is, who do you replace him with? Because I feel like right now the market is not providing me a guy to, even if I was to say like I want a like-for-like replacement who's a bit more fitter in your case, Vic, and then I can add in a few more pieces, then I can see that happening, right? But I just don't think there's currently one in the market available for you to switch it around. Yeah. The Sarri hate was hand in hand with the. Of course it was, because Jorginho was Sarri's guy. Remember, people seem. I know that a lot of us here who are Chelsea fans know this, but the reason why Sarri himself, Mr. Sarista, he came with a £50 million player in Jorginho, because he paid £50 million for him, by the way. And listen, obviously the way he plays football and like how slow he was, Davies won 16 million. Yeah, what? Yeah, love. I love Sarri ball, but the profile of players weren't ideal. You would have absolutely exactly Enzo Fernandez. That's one of the things I've actually mentioned a lot of the time, which is that if Sarri was here with the current crop of players and we brought him in, he would actually play a lot more better football. He would look a lot better, a lot more compact, and he would be able to get the best out of a lot of players that are currently here in the team. That's something I actually 110% believe and agree in, by the way. I think that 16 million Canadian dollars, let's hope so, man. Let's hope so. I wouldn't sell Nkunku for anything less than 100 mil. Fair enough. I think you could probably get something in that region for him at the end of the day anyway. So listen, if you believe you can get that for him and you can do that, hey, listen, I won't get in your way. I won't get in your way at all. We're getting a few mil from Hazard and Kepa when the e-shot. I imagine, yes, yep, we've spoken about that here for sure. Now let's move on. Obviously to some of the Nkunku news. Now, this is from Philip Heinz. He's a TV reporter for Sky Sports News in Germany, or Sky Sports Deutschland, as they say. And that says, Chelsea have received interest and inquiries for Nkunku, but no plans to let him go this summer. Nkunku also wants to stay. I mean, of course he wants to stay. I think for me, with Nkunku, he probably wants to like actually show that he can handle the EPL. And obviously with these injuries, I feel like for him, he feels like this is going to be a season where it's like almost a comeback season. Like, allow me to reintroduce myself when it comes to Christopher Nkunku, by the way. So clearly that's something for him to actually, look at the end of the day. And look, listen, again, obviously preseason, obviously, if we've learned anything with Mauricio Pochettino, is this. Preseason is not reality, but at least with preseason and the way he was playing, he was very good at what he was doing. And listen, I've watched him at RB Leipzig, quality player, and I would like him to stay at the end of the day. One more season, hopefully he pans out. If he doesn't pan out this season, then you move him on. Simple as that. Now, obviously, you've spoken about a bit about my guy Nkunku. I actually want to talk about this quickly, and that is this is from Nizar Kinsella, by the way. And that is that Manchester United made a late approach to try and hijack Big Chelsea's Tosin deal, but Tosin kept his word. And this, for me, is one of the reasons, by the way, whenever I talk about my guy, Michael Elise, and some of the targets that we are clearly aiming and targeting to bring in, right? This is the reason why I say we are ahead of United, right? Look at how fast. Look, United are making crazy late approaches. They're trying to steal players at the very, very, very last minute. Clearly, they are like really behind in regards to them trying to make deals, them trying to speak of players, or even in general, just trying to get stuff done. They still even haven't changed. They still haven't even changed managers yet. We're still doing managerial reviews. Yeah, 2 weeks, or I think it's now 2 weeks since is it 3 weeks, guys? Remind me, it's 2 to 3 weeks, yeah, since they've won the FA Cup. Like, literally, they are still doing it now. Like, do you know how crazy that is, by the way? They're still doing this right now, by the way. You know what I mean? That's one of the things I will give them credit for. Even if Maresca turns out to be a bust, the one thing I will definitely, give Chelsea a big plus on is this. It's the fact that they are trying to move quickly. They move quickly for their manager. They now move quickly to try to make signings happen. And obviously, the news that we're going to speak about later on about the fact that we are good for 2024-2025 season, so 2023-2024 season in regards to the PSL, which Sky Sports has reported, then listen, we in good hands, man. Then that for me more than likely means we are going to be a bit more active in the market when it comes to making player buys. But exactly, bro. No comment, isn't it? Liverpool are trying to sneak into Alicia. I saw, but the source, by the way, again, EE, I don't think it's that reliable. Like it's like some guy in the like he writes for like a local paper. Again, that could be a bit of smoke screen and everything like that. And I think now with Michael Edwards and stuff, Liverpool are a bit more going to be prone to working it in silence, as they say. You know what I mean? That's the way they like to do it as well. So again, not to again, I would take that one with a pinch of salt. I don't even have any salt. You know what? This is useless. Take it with a pinch of, you know what I mean, salt. Take a pinch of salt, as I would say. Vic says, but in fairness, Newcastle were ahead of us with Tosin, and United doesn't know their except coach. Playing will pay attention to them in the moment. So Vic, that's what you've said. Two things that are key. Newcastle were ahead of us with Tosin, yes, but because they had made their first proposal, but he was willing to wait for other proposals to come for him as well. That was when Newcastle made the thing. The problem with what the thing with United is they came in once we had the agreement done. Apparently, we've had the agreement done. He was happy about contract. They then tried to come in at the last second when everything's been agreed, and now we're just looking at doing medicals and stuff, which is the issue. But I do agree with you, bro, that players won't pay attention to the not knowing the coach is actually hurting them. I do agree with that 100% as well. Big up to my guy Joel. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Manchester United is a confused institution, in my opinion. Ineos trying to copy Chelsea's model is amusing, 100%, bro. But listen, they hate us, but they want to be us. They hate us, but they want to be us. Crazy, man. Crazy indeed. But listen, they were trying to steal our target, but we got the job done, which is what matters most at the end of the day. Guys, I want to actually move on to this here because this was last night's breaking news, as you guys know. And this obviously, excuse me, came from this Ornstein. Now, the Premier League has failed in a bid to close the loophole, letting clubs use profits from sales of hotels, training grounds, and other tangible assets in FFP situations. Now, that's from obviously David Ornstein, right? And one of the things that you actually find out about Chelsea is that was this: Chelsea avoided the PSR limit by selling their 2 hotels and car parks at Stamford Bridge to a sister company for 76.5 million. That was enough to turn a 166.4 million loss in 2022-2023 into an 89.9 million deficit for the club. Yep, they thought they could, but clearly hasn't. Now, again, clearly with this year, I'm going to be honest here. Like, let's get some negatives out of the way before we start talking about the positives and getting all happy about the situation here. One of the things that I will say and I will speak about is this, yeah. For me personally, this should not be the case for any football club like that's smart, like us. We shouldn't really be relying, on having to sell, car parks and hotels, to be able to meet up with FFP. Realistically speaking, like I get that it's a short-term thing, right? But hopefully, this is not something what I'm continuously hearing next season, somewhere through Chelsea have sold the training ground. Chelsea have sold a potential stake in their women's team. I'm pretty sure many of us here would agree that that is not a financially viable situation going forward at the end of the day, right? And that's not something I would not like us as Chelsea Football Club to continue on at the end of the day. So, look, it's all well and good. Obviously, I know a lot of people are asking, why did we have to reduce this amount of 166.4 million? That was because, as you guys know, it's 105 million that you can actually lose every season at the football club. By the way, it's 105 million, if I'm not mistaken, that you can lose at the club every season. That's the max you can lose. You can't lose any more than that. So that's why it has to be reduced. Now, in regards, just going back to this, right? Again, Chelsea obviously are fighting these guys over multiple fronts, right? We're obviously about to this Monday again. I think it's going to be very interesting with the evidence that we provide to Back City in their hearing against the EPL in regards to the case they brought forward. It's going to be interesting to see what we say and what we speak about at the end of the day. So it's going to be interesting to see at the end of the day about that one for sure. But listen, this sort of thing cannot last, in the long term for the football club, by the way. So let's hope that doesn't happen at all. Yeah, I think the finances will be also next year, and we'll be making profit or breaking, even as a much lower age bro, and a lot more money made from pending sales. Let's hope so, Gable. That's the aim. That's the dream. At the end of the day, I don't want us. I'm pretty sure many of us here would agree. We don't want to be in a situation where we're continuously doing this season after season, because again, that's not viable for us. That's not viable for anyone here, and that's not good enough at all. And I agree with Enzo Fernandez here, who said, what happens in future if you run out of assets to trade? Exactly. That's why we have to be a bit more prudent and smart about the stuff we're trying to do. And again, this also comes down to the ways you're making money, whether that be obviously by the stuff that we've been doing with like some of these movies and the bet sponsorships that we've done, whether that be obviously by the academy, maybe if we're going to continue to do this player profit sort of thing, whether that be obviously the stadium, which again needs to be rebuilt on some level to be able to give us that amount of revenue that we like to be able to continue to do what we do, as you're seeing that is helping Tottenham do, of course. And obviously there's other stuff like front of shirt sponsor, side sponsor, training ground sponsor, etc. It's got to be better, and hopefully with these guys that you brought in, they're going to be able to do that for us as well. So that's just really the money side out of it at all. Now the next thing I want to talk about, of course, is this. So obviously, as you guys know, this is in regards to the young player that Chico Scout spoke about, and his name is Rio Ngumuha. And he says the 15-year-old star Rio is pushing for a move away from Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs, City, Bayern, and Newcastle are set to battle for his signature. And again, that is from Academy Scoop. So again, clearly he wants to move on, and it's of course this is a double-edged sword. Now, we don't always know if when these guys are really young ages at 15 years, 16, 17 years old, we don't know if these guys are going to be able to turn out into the type of guys that we believe in, whether that be like, top class players, world class players. We don't know that. We can't predict the trajectory at the end of the day. But if he feels he wants to move on, listen, I'm happy to let him move on. At the end of the day, that's the reality we face. Hopefully he, is a young G. I wish him nothing but the best. But of course, this also brings into the case of like, we are building a lot of these talents. We'd like to hopefully make some money out of them. If you aren't able to do that, then it is what it is. That's just the reality we are in. But listen, I wanted to make money out. I want us to be making money from Cobham. We need to, at least on some level, try to provide a process, maybe a pathway for them into the first team, however it may be. But clearly with my guy, Rio is not meant to be. But again, wish him nothing but the best, of course. Now, in regards to some other news, this is actually in regards to my guy, Ian Maatsen. So, Dortmund are trying to bring Maatsen's release clause down from 35 million to around 30 million pounds sterling. So, clearly, again, clearly again, Dortmund, trying to script together stuff. It's interesting though that he's saying they're trying to get it to around about 30 million, because as you guys know, I think the highest player they've ever bought, I think it was Dembele, as people have reminded me, for around about 20 million, I think, pounds or euros, right? And clearly they're about to break the bank for a guy like Ian Maatsen for around about the 30 million pound range. So, again, they're clearly trying to get their player. They're not trying to mess about at all, it seems, at the end of the day. And again, credit to them, credit to what they're doing, credit to what they're trying to do. But listen, Chelsea, you got to hold firm. You got to hold firm. You got to hold smart. You got to let them know that, listen, 35 minutes is quite cheap at the end of the day. You should be able to pay that. They should be able to give us that money at the end of the day. So there should be no messing about here from Chelsea, and making sure that we get the full amount that we need. Simple as that, really. I don't know about you guys, but that is of my belief. So we move on that one still. Now let me bring up the next topic for you guys. Right, let me bring up the next topic for you guys. And that is this. Armando Broja. Now, Broja, this is from Dimarzio again. AC Milan are still interested in bringing in Armando Broja to AC Milan. Right, obviously, I know that they're trying to get the release code for Xerxes. They're about to break that from Bologna for around about, I think, again, his price is something like 30 million pounds. So clearly that's something that someone are trying to go for and target at the end of the day. So again, something to look at here. Again, price wise, they may think that Broja is a cheaper option to bring in. could work well in the Italian system with his body type and with his style of play, as you've spoken about here many a time before. We know that he's very fast, he's very explosive, can use his strength on the ball, very effective. So again, hopefully he has a good showing again for Albania in the striker position, and actually shows that he's able to handle himself, such that we can increase the price range and be able to make as much money as possible from my guy Armando Broja, first and first. And secondly, I think for me, hopefully they want him more than they want Xerxes, but we have to see on that one for sure. Now, obviously, spoken about that. Obviously, this is Thiago Silva. He's obviously now going to Fluminense. This is them announcing him. More power to my brother. This is the other thing that I wanted to talk about. So this is from, again, Jacobs Ben. Pinch of salt, of course, as I said to you guys many a time before, but here's what he says. Clear leg Bowley may appear cutthroat or impatient, but they have ultimately been searching since day one for their version of Mikel Arteta, a football strategic and personality fit with a clear playing identity and the ability to bond with the fan base, which are all good things at the end of the day. But listen, what we need is a guy that's going to be a winner. If you can win for us, if you can handle the business for us, that is what matters the most. If you can't handle it, then let me know. Because, listen, Maresca is going to be, I'll be honest with you guys, and I'm pretty sure many of you guys here would agree, he's going to be under a lot of extreme pressure from the fan base, from the media, from everything. Being a championship guy, you've got to hope that he's going to be able to handle it at the end of the day. Because if he's not able to handle it, he is in muchas trouble. You know what I mean? Not as big trouble. He's in very, very big trouble at the end of the day. So let's hope that he's able to handle it first and foremost. So, and listen, it's all well and good. We continuously talk about a guy like Arteta, but Arteta's not won something. Yes, he's built a process. Yes, he's improved players, but he's very much right now in the role of your own previous manager that you've had at this football club in Maurizio Pochettino. So if that's the type of guy that you want, then we should have stuck with Poch. I don't know about you guys, but guys, please let me know in the comments. Guys, we are 48 minutes into here, of course, at the end of the day. Please make sure to continue to like, share, subscribe, please. Like, share, subscribe. Help your brother out. I'm almost at 1,250. Here we go. This is some other stuff. Chelsea view signing another traditional striker as essential to help compete with and complement Nicholas Jackson. Fair enough. We've spoken about that previously. Obviously, Mudryk, here he is, you know what I mean? Looking pretty cool. This is something about Kenji Price. Obviously, Kenji Price has been taking English lessons for some time. He has a nutritionist and does private work with a video analyst. He also attends school classes 3 days a week at Independiente's training center. So more power to him. Kid trying to learn English and getting ready for the EPL, of course. Listen, I'm looking forward to him for sure. And this is from Sky Sports News, which I've obviously just spoken about previously, about the fact that Chelsea. Yes, I did. I did talk about my guy Bulka. I was actually mentioning Gabriel that I don't know if you know, League they'll have a TV sponsor that's actually buying the TV rights off of them. So this is the perfect time if you're Chelsea to go and raid them in order to get as much money as possible for them, while they don't have a TV deal or something like that ready for them at all. So this is the perfect moment to do so. Arteta bonded with fans due to his cult hero status. Besides CFC isn't a trust the process club. Exactly. You need to show them that you're ready to win. Exactly. But again, that might mean that we as a football club have to change, and maybe be willing to give these guys a bit more levity per se. But I'm not sure if that's going to be the case at all. But there is another bit of news, obviously, that I wanted to talk about, and that is on my guy Romelu Lukaku. And he says that Romelu Lukaku has opened the door to Saudi Pro League move, but also has interest from AC Milan, Napoli, and from Jose Mourinho for a reunion with a former manager at Fenerbahce. Now, again, we've spoken about this multiple times before, and I'll say this again. When it comes to Lukaku, there's a number of things that I would take into consideration, right? Now, Clearly, I know he's been wooing the Saudi League, been saying, look, the Saudi League is going to be good. If I'm there, it's only going to mean that we increase the levels. We're going to become bigger, better, stronger, etc., etc. You know, but clearly, he also would go to Saudi League because of what? The money. You know, obviously, we know the mullah there is very strong. We know that a lot of people there make a lot of money. So clearly, there's some level of a directive, some level of opportunism from him as well. So again, am I surprised about that from him per se? Not really, but again, that's something to consider, of course. Now, in regards to the other options, AC Milan, we know AC Milan want him for a loan deal. Napoli, of course, under Conte may want him again. Jose Mourinho is an interesting one, but I don't know if Fenerbahce has got the money to be breaking release clauses for him, knowing the way that these guys are currently very stingy at this moment in time. So I wouldn't think that they have them. I don't think they have the skills to pay their bills. So, again, it is what it is when it comes to that one still. Again, with Lukaku, I expect him to go to either Napoli or somewhere else because I don't see anything else happening for him at all. But yeah, man, obviously, this is obviously Enzo and Julian Alvarez. You know what I mean? Maybe, we get Agent Enzo trying to get him to the football club and get him ready to play for the Chelsea. You never know. Hopefully so. But guys, get some questions in as well. Always available to answer some questions for me, guys. If you want to send a super chat, also very helpful as well. So this is actually more so of the interview, obviously, that he had, that Gaston Edul had on Albi Celeste TV, by the way. To be fair, I'll be honest, Lukaku's made quite a lot of money, particularly at the United, then at Inter, then here at Chelsea with the amount of money he's earning here per week. So him going to Saudi is always going to be just another extra bonus of him making even more money. So yeah, he's made a lot of money, that's for sure, if I'm trying to give him as much credit as possible. Some of the stuff that he's also mentioned is this. Obviously, Atletico have also asked information from agents and the city, which is kind of key because, again, he would fit them much like how Aguero fitted them in his earlier seasons and the way he was cooking for them. PSG is interested in making an offer, so you clearly want to be making sure that you make an offer before PSG and are a bit more active in doing so. Alvarez wants to play. City actually want to keep him, by the way, which is very interesting, by the way. The fact that City wants to keep him is a lot more interesting. So it's going to be interesting to see. But again, they say it's not easy to negotiate. But we'll never know, bro. If you give them 70 million or 80 million, I think he comes to you anyway. Lukaku has made a shitload of money in wages. Yeah, exactly, bro. He's made a lot of money, particularly from his time at Manchester, his time at Inter, and his time here at Chelsea. So he's made a lot of money, bro. And luckily for him, man, for him at the very least, money was never going to be an issue for him at all, bro. For many a generation, him or his kids, luckily. So hey, man, more blessings towards him, bro. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'm not here to hate on a guy because he makes more money. But more power to him. I'm just looking now to see if there's anything else going on. Nothing much, really. Guys, give me your thoughts and feelings. PSG have enough strikers looking for game time. Yeah, they already have Gonzalo Ramos. They also have Gonzalo Ramos. Who's the other guy that they have? Kolo Muani. They have as a striker too. So they've got a lot of guys here, bro. They've got a lot of guys here, man, already. So there's no need for them to be coming and trying to, take any more strikers at the end of the day. So listen, move along, bro. Move along, bro. Stop trying to come and take players all the bloody time. You know what I mean? So let's go, man. Let's go. Liverpool contemplate is calling a priority. At least is their priority after hearing at least he had a release clause for CL Club. I think the only thing I saw, by the way, for Liverpool and Elise here is this. Let me show it to you guys right now. Liverpool Elise. So this is the thing they're talking about, right? This is the only thing I could find online, yeah. The Liverpool ended into summer with the club preferring Michael Olise. It's for Liverpool's priority lies in Olise, right? And that's the thing that they've I've seen at least online in regards to Liverpool's possibly trying to come and screen and grab Elise from us. But again, we don't know that for sure. We've not had any links in regards to that happening at all as well. So listen, I'm not too sure about that one. If there was anything, if there was anything, then listen, we would know about that for sure. So again, I wouldn't be too worried about that as well, my friend. Because if there was anything that we had seen or heard, then hey, nothing would have been heard about that at all. My God, I'm really warm right now. Guys, yeah, Pool fans love a hot. And plus, I don't know, man. I know that Liverpool obviously did do Shabbat slide, what they did, right? Liverpool literally did that thing, right, where they were able to do it, but I don't think they're going to do that at all as of right now. So I wouldn't be too worried about that too. As always said, there may be again. Keyword is maybe. We don't know for sure if that's the case or not. So if there was, we would have known by now, in my personal opinion too. And much like how with Chelsea, we knew there was a release clause already with this guy. So if there was a release clause anywhere, or if there was a release clause anything in general, then no. And this is some little cheeky news, by the way. Yeah, that again, take a pinch of salt. It's Italian media, but look at this. Napoli already trying to take the piss. Napoli have made an offer of 15 million euros plus 3 million in bonuses for Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku. You know what I mean? There's no way, by the way, yeah, that Chelsea could accept that when they have a 30 million release, 38 million, which is roughly around about 43 million euros release cost for this guy. Are they trying to take the piss? Pressed by Tosin, dressed up smartly and said the right things. He seems to appreciate his move to CFC and came across well. Yeah. At the end of the day, a lot of these guys, bro, they do come across well in their interviews, bro. It's just about, boys, I want to see it now on the pitch. Show me how you can shine. Show me how you can do it, bro. That's all I want from you, bro. If you can do that for me, if you can show me that you've got the skills to pay the bills, I am more than happy for you, bro. I'm more than happy for you to continue on that road and on that process. That's all I ask for, bro. That's all I ask for at the end of the day, bro. That's all it is. As long as you can do that for me, as long as you can create that for me, as long as you can, be a bit more interesting for me, that's all it is. But listen, at the end of the day, boys, yeah, this year is just taking the piss. It's I hear you, Craig, but fundamentally, bro, this is taking the piss, brother. They're taking the piss out of us. They think they can punk us, bro, and that's the problem with a lot of these Italian clubs, bro. They love to sell for big money. They love to do all of this sort of stuff, but when it comes to actually, buying players, stingy as hell. They don't want to just meet the actual price. They just want to go a bit more lower and not pay the actual fee at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Why are you doing that, bro? Why are you doing that? Like, what do you gain from doing this, bro? What the hell do you gain from doing this at all, bro? That's so stupid, man. Honestly, just again, it just feels stupid, looks stupid, feels stupid. I just don't understand why you would do this. Honestly, man. So Lukaku started to on high wages and we'd be lucky to get 25 million for him. The problem is, bro, I don't think, again, the wages thing is another thing entirely. They can deal with the wages for Lukaku. Lukaku literally reduced his wages for Roma, by the way. He literally reduced his wages for Roma to be able to, to be able to play for them. So if he's willing to do it for them, why is he not willing to do it for us? You get what I'm saying to you, bro? If he's willing to do it for them, he should be willing to do it for any other club that is willing to come and buy him. That's it. EPL tells us we should drag Lukaku's deal with Napoli into the last transfer day and then let him go to Saudi or sit on the bench. We should teach Napoli a lesson once and forever. Exactly. We should teach every single one of them a lesson. We should be teaching every single one of them a lesson, yeah, about manners. Because this is disrespectful, bro. It's just disrespectful at the end of the day, bro. That's all it is. Like, if that was any other club here in the UK, yeah, or anything like that, we would be going crazy. You'd be like, how can you do that to us? How dare you do that to us? You know what I'm saying to you? So we shouldn't accept what we wouldn't accept. EPL Turf. He says, so big up to my guy, big up, bro. Big up to my guy, Will. He says Lukaku's new wages is 160k as per new contract, which was he signed for last loan. Exactly. And Vic says reduce wages for a loan move, yes, but you won't take Robert's paycheck at Napoli for another 3 years. But if Conte can convince him to come and play for him, then I would say maybe, yeah, he would. I'll be honest. EE says 38 million is still a cheap deal for an older Lukaku. It is, bro. 100% is. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that. That's a very good price for you to be able to get for a guy like him. His new wage is 660k are applicable going forward as well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. He's literally reduced his wages in half for them. Remember, he was on 350k a week, divided by 2 is 175. So he's reduced that roughly on about 55% reduction in wages just to be able to go and do that stuff. You know what I'm saying to you? This, a lot of these guys, man, it's not serious. Not serious, bro. Big up to my guy Malusi, Nassi, bro. He says, no man, Napoli are not serious clubs. 100%, bro. They're not serious. They're trying to be dickheads. Dickheads never prosper, bro. Dickheads never prosper. Gabriel A says, Chelsea are wearing, but I tell you, why it was me t-shirt when it comes to Lukaku. We can't seem to get rid of him. Seems so, bro. We can't seem to get rid of him. No one wants him. You know, it's not, nothing's working, bro. No juice, nothing, bro. I just don't know what's going on, man. You know, I want something to happen, but let's hope so, bro. But listen, I'm not too hyped. I'm not too hyped on this Lukaku stuff. But guys, make sure to continue to ask me any questions you would like, of course, whether or not you're of course, and I will be willing to answer them for you. These are the technical BCP or it's cash cows, 100%, bro. That's what they do them for, of course. So I'm not too surprised, bro. I'm not too surprised at all. If that when that's the case, it's just about us as Chelsea fans being able to, you know, understand that and being willing to, you know, make sure we don't get taken advantage of. Because the moment we allow ourselves to get taken advantage of, yeah, is the moment we're cooked. So as long as you don't get taken advantage of, that is what matters the most. But hey, we move indeed. But guys, continue to ask me some questions. What are your thoughts? And you know what I'm saying? Let me know. So I just want to hear from you guys, you know, what are your thoughts and feelings? Any things that you would like me to, you know, look at, answer, even question, of course. But I think that's pretty much it, man. Because like I don't think there's any more news right now from Chelsea. Like I would be able to see if there's any more news from Chelsea, but I don't think there is, as you can see. Oh, this is a bit more news, of course. Lukaku was on a 9 million aroma. Napoli will need to offer him more on just a permanent move. Just saying, of course. And listen, they could probably offer him the same amount of money and you would take it. The Conte factor, I think you're underestimating, because like if Conte says to him, listen, we need you, you know what I mean, reduce the wages a little bit. Are you happy to do that? Then yes. Are you happy we signed Alvarez a striker for 80 million? 100%. I would take that any day of the week. I would chop your arm off for that, man. 100%. Napoli's broke. Just ship him to Saudi. 100%, bro. Listen, we got contacts in Al Hilal, Al Intihad, Al Intifaq. We got all of these guys that we know, all of these sources. So then let's just use those in it. If you're able to do that and do everything like that, then let's move on, bro. Let's handle business. Otherwise, bro, it's just useless. You know what I mean? You got Al Hilal links, Al Intifaq link, Al Shabab, Al Nasr, Al Ahli. You got all of these links, bro. Let's use those guys instead, bro. And you get more money from him at the end of the day. So, bro, that's what I'm here for, bro. I'm here to make money, not, you know, be the nice guy at the end of the day, you know, trying to, you know, do deals with these other clubs, yeah, and trying to help them out, you know, when it comes to transfers and offers. Honestly, bro, just stupidity at the end of the day. He says Napoli should lower their price for Osimhen severely if they want Lukaku. Exactly, but the thing is, it seems that the football club doesn't want what's it called, Osimhen. If Chelsea wanted Osimhen, I believe then we could have done something like this. But the reality is, we don't want Osimhen. We don't want any of him at all. So, listen, this is what we got to accept right now. What about the lack of height in the team? Don't we need a striker with more physical presence? You know, again, this is a good question, Piotr. I like this question. I'm going to answer this in a simple way. I think the reality is, I think a lot of our team is physical. Yes, maybe not so much in the height department, but again, for the vast majority of the game, the football is played on the floor, not with your head, right? And particularly in this day and age where, you know, a lot of the time people worried about heading the ball because of some of the stuff like CTE, obviously dementia and other stuff like that. It's not really, football heading is not really something that's become a bigger thing in the sport. Now, if they were a defender, I would hear it. But look, a lot of the time, we still got height. You got Uguchuku, you got Lavia, you got guys like that. I think our striker doesn't need to be that tall. We really got a guy like Dyson that can do that for you. Now you can just bring a guy like Alvarez that can do a bit more both. So I don't necessarily think that's true. Napoli will need to get Osimhen off first. So focus on Lukaku going to Saudi, bro. Exactly. Exactly, bro. So I think for me, Vic, at the end of the day, I always said Saudi was probably the offer they would go for. Yeah, Lukaku over Osimhen in all aspects, including Serie A stats. Yeah, that is correct though. Currently, I would agree with that statement. We should offer 25 million plus 3 million add-ons for Osimhen. Just take the piss. We should, but like the thing is, Chelsea man, they just like to be the nice guy in it, so we're never going to do that. So don't be too surprised. EPL says Arsenal was most of the set piece goals this season and made reason for them to be second sport. That is true, but again, guess who is doing that from the defenders? We already have very tall defenders, tall fullbacks. Our wingers are quite tall, maybe other than Mudryk, I would say, and Sterling. But again, we've already been doing that previously, so I don't really think so. We already got two guys, so we should be more than okay, bro. Honestly. Big up to my guy. He says Madrid just did a double with Vinny and Rodrigo as a front foot. The height factor is overrated. Guys, people seem to forget City won the league, yeah, with Sterling. Sterling, he was the guy that was there. Bernardo was their fourth striker, and Riyad Mahrez. Not the average height. Some of them are a bit more average height, but not as tall as the regular lad. On the street. So my theory is we keep Santos this season. Maresco will fall in love with this guy. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the most minutes off the bench and conference. Yeah, man, he's definitely a quality player. Hopefully, we're able to start him. Hopefully, he can be good and he can hoop. That's the main thing I always want for him. At the end of the day, I like the type of player he is. I like the way he plays. I like the stuff that he does. So listen, that's the thing that I want, bro. That's the thing that I would like for him at the end of the day. So let's hope we can make that happen. That's all I can say at the end of the day, man. That's what I want to happen. That's what I really feel like would like to happen. And I'm pretty sure many of us here would agree with that statement as well. So, hey, man, listen, let's make it happen, bro. Let's make it happen. Now, again, Reggie, thoughts on Jonathan David. It seems to be leaving France this window. Is that the thing? Like, I'm not, again, the thing with Jonathan David, bro, I've said this before, it's so hard of him because, like, I've seen so many people say he's going to be leaving this window, he's going to be doing this, he's going to be doing that. But the reality is, I never hear anything about him, bro. Whenever it comes to transfers, I barely hear anything about him, bro. And the thing for me also is, it feels like, bro, someone said that he's like an industry plant once to me, which I laughed about hilariously at multiple occasions, right? But I think for me, that this is it, yeah. I think for me, Jonathan David, will you suit our team? Yes, but you would probably need, two strikers in order to make that happen. Oh my God. Big up to my guy, Eddie Solomon. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Much appreciated, my brother. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Let me see who has got those 5 gifted right now so that I can obviously thank them. Big up to Gabriel A. You've got an A, and you've got a membership. Big up to my guy Vic. Got a membership. EPO Turf, Samani Flame, and Ishi have all gotten their memberships. Guys, you can see what's in there. You can see the pictures. You can choose whichever one you like whenever you think I am cooked. So, hey. Jonathan David's new with Zaha. He will never go anywhere. This is the thing. He's interesting, bro. I'm surprised no one goes after him. Like, for me, that's the issue I have, EPL Top. Like, no one goes after him. No one is attacking him. No one is doing anything for him. So for me, it just really confuses me. It's like, why is no one going after him, bro? Why is like no one? What's going on? What has happened, bro? Why is no one going after him? That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. Like, why is no one going after him? Like, it can't be that bad, bro. He can't be that bad, bro. Like, surely, like something. Like when I watch him play, he seems good, but I just never see anyone going after him, bro. That's all it is. Like, I wish someone would tell me what's going wrong. Big up to my guy, W21. Big up Suleiman, lovely. He scored mostly pen goals. Non-pen goals are very less. Is it? Fair enough then, because the thing for me, bro, is just that I just don't understand what's going on with him. Hey, Solomon is trying to lock me, Ahmed. Fair enough, Vic. Fair enough, Vic. It's okay. But we move. But I want to actually ask you guys this question, which is that why do you think it is Jonathan David that's like no one's going after him? Because I thought by now people would be going after him, people would be like trying to get him and everything like that. But it feels like no one's coming after him, no one trying to do anything with him at all. So what's going on? Honestly, like he's the one guy, by the way, where it's not making sense. The math is not mathing. Something's not right. Something, what's it called, is just not adding up. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? What's up? That's what I'm asking for, really. Hey, look, Gabriel. Hey, man, big up to my guy Gabriel. Clearly, he's hooping. I like that, bro. Oh, June. It's available tomorrow. Oh, I might need to buy that. Fair enough. Hey, big up to my guy Gabriel using it already. Do you like them, guys? Let me know by the way about the stickers because I need to improve them. By the way, so if you guys think he's not, if you guys think they're not good enough, let me know. I was hopefully I can get that one. He needs to hire Sesko PR team. Yeah, bro, he needs to hire them for sure, bro, because like his PR is not hooping right now, man. He's not good. His PR is not strong enough right now, man. He's not. His PR's got no juice. Goals to game ratio. Is that really it? What's his goals to game ratio right now? Let me see, bro. Jonathan David. I'm just literally typing him right now here on Google. Jonathan David. There we go. Yeah, so he scored 19 out of 34, right? So that's pretty much 0.5 something. Yeah, so 19 over 34, I'm pretty sure it's 0.5 something, if I'm not mistaken. Calc. Yeah, that's 0.5T, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. 19 divided by 34. No, so yeah, he scored, by the way, he scored times by 100 for everyone to see. As you guys can see, he's literally, by the way, scored 55 and 55.88% of his goals in each game. So I don't understand where that's come from, like that he's that bad. Honestly, like I don't really think that I don't really feel like his goal to game which is that bad. Honestly, like I don't know how many of that, of course, is penalties, but if I had to look, I'll have to obviously double check. But it doesn't seem to be that bad if you're looking at it from a realistic scenario. So I don't know about you, but I actually think there's another guy that I would actually like that I'm just going to bring up right now. Bear with me. Give me one moment while I bring this guy up. Where is it? Where is it? There was something I literally saw which had clearly piqued my interest right now. Bear with me. Come on, Ahmed. Sorry, guys. Hey, the bridge emojis. Damn. Which one is that one? Is that the one with the head in the hand? Hey, thank you very much, man. Guys, again, let me know. Are the emojis good enough? Do you think I need to improve on them? I can now add a few more emojis as well. So, guys, let me know, man. Let me know if you think I need them to be improved or not. Because listen, I'm always here to help, and improve the channel at the end of the day. Guys, also continue to like, share, subscribe, please. Like, share, subscribe. I'm literally almost at 1,250. I'm only how many away? Let me double check. 7 away. Only 7 of you guys here. I know that 40% of you are not subscribed. 7 of you guys just to subscribe, please. 7, please, just to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. As you can see, like right, oopsie, Daisy. Right here, it just tells you subscribe. Right here, subscribe, bang, and then you're in here, bro. So please help do so right now. Thank you very much. But listen, the striker that I would be interested in, and I said this before, that I know the club are keeping tabs on, like I'm scared the club doesn't have an issue with keeping older players, is this guy, Artem Dobrik. Now, Dobrik, again, interesting player, very high quality, knows what he needs to do to win games. I like him a lot. He obviously, again, you look at his goal to game ratio, 34 out of 26. Very good. That's basically the same as me saying divided by 4 is 7 over 12. So that's roughly 80%, I'd say. No, 8 over 12 is 75. So that's 70% of his goals. Like he scores in all of those games, right? Which is great. Oh, he's a Canadian. No one rates Canadian American football as well. Damn, EPL, man. Dang. Fair enough. Over his whole career in just one season, he has a 40 million release calls. Really? I didn't even know he had a 40 million release calls, and no one's going after him. Yo, you have to ask questions at that point, bro. What is going on? Is he like a personal stuff that they're not looking at? Like, I know a lot of these clubs keep a dossier on a lot of these players, by the way. So it has to be something, yeah. It must be something to do with either the way he plays the football game, because I've watched him play it a few times before. He doesn't seem too bad, or it must be something to do with his attitude, bro. Because then I don't understand how that works, bro. How can a guy like him be that available for that cheap of a price? Honestly. No, you know what, man? We went for Tosin, bro. Tosin is 26, turning 27. So Listen, we're into the older guys now, man. We're experimenting right now. We're experimenting with older people. So hey, listen, we move. You know, I understand Julian Alvarez. That's right. I'm just surprised by like that a guy like him hasn't been gone off the table. You know what I mean? Because like he's a great player, top player, and just no one seems to be attracted to him or even go after him at all. So that's the question why I'm asking, bro. Otherwise, you know me, that's not nothing for me to talk about. So we move. So listen, guys, last 15 minutes of the stream, I always do 1 hour and a half stream. So in the last 15 minutes, I always ask, give me your questions. I want to hear from you what your questions are. Everyone that's here, there's over 39 of you here. So guys, all of you, give me one question each and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. So, and plus, you know me, I have scouts everywhere. So if there's any players you're interested in that you can say, Ahmed, I would like to know something, please, or something else. Listen, I'm your guy here, bro. I'm your guy, so let me know. But while you guys are waiting, of course, there is someone else that I am interested in here, which is that this guy is allegedly free. I don't like this guy personally as a footballer, but he is available. Would you rather Griezmann or Alvarez? Good question. Great question, A. Solomon. So the answer to that question for me personally would be this, yeah. I personally wouldn't mind him, right? In the sense that like in the sense of this, like I think bringing in Griezmann would be great, but I don't know if he can handle the EPL. What I mean by that more so is that I know that obviously an Atletico play a physical style of play and everything like that, but in the way that we are trying to play, in the way the stuff is trying to happen, I just think Alvarez is just a better fit, bro, because of the fact. Now, yes, would Griezmann do the hard yards, be able to run, be able to move and everything like that, but I think for me, Alvarez is just a better fit personally for me. Yeah, so that's what it is for me personally. EPL turf. I am Bulka Nation. I've been one of the guys that have been advocating for Bulka. I was advocating for Valles, Managerial, Jorgensen. You know what I mean? Or even the other gentleman at Trafford. I've always said Bulka Nation. You know what I mean? I'm a League One scout. You know what I mean? That's my bread and butter. That's my league. Other than Serie A and La Liga, that's really my league. So I watch that as regularly as possible to get the best of the best players out there. So he's the one to look out for sure, in my personal opinion. I would love to have him at the club. He's also a former current player too. Would make our lives a lot easier in regard to trying to buy him and pick him up at the end of the day too. So that's something where it just feels like the math is mathing there. That's something that we could do really well with. Griezmann for Joe, fair enough. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we need a bit more of a few right footers, bro. Someone that can use his right foot, please. Do you think Braha deserves another chance under new management? No. The reason why I would say that is because I feel like he needs to move away from Chelsea as well. Like, I feel like, the situation at Chelsea is a bit too toxic for him at this moment in time. I feel like for him, it would be best for his career and the stuff that's happening for him if he goes somewhere else where, he's going to be able to get a bit more, levity and everything like that as well. So for me personally, I wouldn't, send them off there at all. I would rather, give him the opportunity or the chance to, go somewhere else and enjoy his football, because I think obviously the reality is life has not been so good for him here, and I think it's a bit unfair on both him and us here to be able to try and force him to make stuff happen when we can clearly see nothing's going to happen at all. So I don't know about you guys though. So that's just me personally. Got dog or Trev? Who are you keeping? Probably Gallagher. I would say Gallagher, by the way. I would keep Gallagher over Trevor Chalobah because I feel that you can find another Trevor Chalobah out there. If you were to sign one for our left wing, Kvaratskhelia or Liao, I think Liao, because he would suit the system a lot better. If you want a 1v1 demon that can do the stuff that we are trying to that we want us to do, then Kvaratskhelia, while he can do that, I think Liao is just a much better player and he has a much higher ceiling for me personally. So I would say Rafa Leao for me. What do you think about Mudryk? I would loan him out the season. That's all right. I would agree. If you can find a suitable left winger, I would loan him out. I wanted him to go out last season. For me personally, I'd always been of the view that when it comes to Mudryk, he should have been at Strasbourg Nation last season, where he could go to the French league, learn his trade away from the spotlight, and he can do his stuff week in, week out without anyone else putting that much pressure on him. Big up to my guy Jack Nielsen. He says, what do you suggest we do with Kyle Chukwuemeka and the Chelsea striker that was at Burnley? So Carney Chukwemeka probably, I think he's going to play a lot more football this season. I think the thing that hurt Chukwemeka was the injuries. Hopefully he's not as injury prone. If we do sell Gallagher, that's going to provide him with even bigger opportunities in that 8 role to be able to cook. So don't be surprised if you see a lot more Gallagher, if you see a lot more of him playing. So again, that's something for you to watch out for, in my personal opinion. The striker that was at Burnley, I'm not sure who that is, if you want to remind me. I'm very, very unsure, by the way. I am very, very unsure on Cassidy. I don't know what's going to happen to him. Maybe he starts cooking. Maybe he starts doing stuff that I don't know about. I have no personal idea, but I don't know anything about him at all to be able to say for. Olise or Fofana? Olise or Palmer. What would you choose for your starter level once you can choose? I feel like you can play them both. Play Olise in the right wing and then Palmer in the 8 role. And you saw he can do that really well, in my personal opinion. So yeah. So here we go. He says Fofana. David Detcher Fofana. I don't know, bro. If you're gonna bring another striker at this point, then that means Detcher Fofana, bro. He's going out on loan again. Unless he starts cooking in preseason, I don't know what's happening to my bro, man. It might be it for him. It might be a hit for him, bro. I'll be honest. Okay, you can choose one, then fair enough. I would say probably Olise. I prefer Olise personally for me. I've always said that. Olise's been the guy that I've rated the highest out of everyone here. Yeah, I just did that as well. Oh, damn, come on. Cassidy's the only one who might regret selling. That's what I'm saying. I hear you, bro. But for me, I haven't seen enough data set from him. The data set for me from him is very limited. You know what I mean? It's just very limited. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand what's going on with him. So because of that, it's just too limited for me to make a comment. Oh, Joe, I read that Giovanna then buying Julian Alvarez. Wow, big take from Joe. Very big take from Joe. Or do we sell Omari and Madueke to make room for Pies and Messina? So probably Madueke will stay here this season. And I think what happens is players can play multiple positions. He can play the 8 role and the right wing, right? So I don't think that necessarily matters in that regard. Amari Hutchinson's already getting sold. That's been confirmed, Solomon. So I wouldn't be too worried on him. Let's move on next. No, I'm going to talk about Delix because Delix is available for sale. So he could be a possibly RCB role if you would like him. Of course, Joe, are you crazy? About to cop a Pies Ecuadorian shirt. Fine. Wow, big up to you, Will. Hey, man, 12. If you're feeling frivolous, let me get one too. Lovely jubbly. Thank you very much indeed. Now, I want to talk about this guy. As you can see, this guy, of course, Matthias Direct, clearly didn't have a great, season, I would say, at, of course, Bayern Munich, particularly this season and the previous season. But, you look at him in particular, apparently he's available now on the market to be brought. Obviously wins his aerial duels quite well. Pretty poor in terms of his interceptions. Only Alessandro Bongiorni is better. If you look at that there, you look at his tackling. No one's definitely not there. If you look at his tackling, right, only Matthias Holmos, a guy that's like how many years older than him. Look at that, bro. Like he's cooking him. So hey, is an Edison leaving Man City? Why don't we take a punt? So Edison, we don't know if Edison's leaving Man City, but Saudi Arabia are trying to lure him in. It's not just Chelsea. They're providing him with a lot more money. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to provide him with a lot more money and everything like that at all. So there is no way that's going to happen at all. I am totally not a fan of Ligt. In my opinion, he's overrated. I agree with you too, Jack Nilsson. I'm just showing you the maybe a potential available RCB that the club might target. You know them, bro. Not too sure on Ligt. I think he's just not good enough, bro. I usually listen. If Bonucci and the other guy, Bonucci and Chiellini are not rating you, then usually I would always say that's a worrying sign. That's a worrying sign. Remember when Titi went to Ligt at TFC and Titi did not play him at Bayern? Yeah, Thomas Tuchel, bro, he's cooked, man. You know what? It's Hummels. I understand that, but I just think Hummels, I don't know if he can handle the EPL. That's the difference. Can you show the full report? Here it is, bro. As you can see, this is his full report. Chalobah is better than the Ligt, 100%, bro. Uh, Fair enough, read that too. But you can see the full reports there. He's not great, man. He's not great at all, bro. At the end of the day, just not great, man. You know, he's not moving mountains for me, bro. He's not moving mountains for me. I don't know about you guys, but he for sure is not moving mountains for me personally. At the end of the day, so it's quite bad by him too, by the way, because like I wasn't expecting him to be this bad. So, damn, he's actually very bad, by the way. I wasn't expecting him to be that bad. But if guys, I want to ask you guys a question here. Who would you recommend to be a potential RCB replacement, right? A guy that you would bring in to do the RCB role that maybe you'd be like, you know what, listen, you know, we like him a lot, we want him a lot. Let's, you know, obviously bring him into the football club. He can hoop. He's got a little bit of the skills to pay the bills and everything like that. Listen, let me know who you think could do that job for us right here, right now. So again, let me know, bro. Let me know. But again, Kwanzaa from Liverpool. Yeah, I saw that tweet. Jesse Jules, nice to see you. Yeah, but he wants to say. He's actually said he wants to say so. And plus, I feel like after one season, it'd be stupid of us just to let him go because, you know, he wasn't cooking. Kwanzaa, of course, yeah, he's all right. I don't know if that's going to happen, of course. Will Euro, yeah, but there's a lot of clubs after him. Diomande, of course, but I don't know why people are not. It's just the links have died of Diomande as well. Scalvini, bro, Scalvini ACL injury, man. Hopefully he comes back stronger because we needed to come back stronger. I've liked Salvini. I've liked Salvini since 2022. He's the best prospect in that position. Euro. I've watched Euro. I have mixed feelings on him. I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people really rate him and think he's the best of the best. But for me, I have so much mixed feelings on him, bro. I don't feel like he's him. Yeah, honestly, I know a lot of people say that, but I just don't feel like he's him. I know. Vic, chill out, man. Please, Vic. No way. I haven't watched Euro much this season, but his hype is proven he's good enough. I can't lie. But the thing is, you know, a lot of guys get a lot of hype, but the problem is with him, bro. He doesn't move the needle for me personally, bro. He doesn't move the needle for me personally, bro. That's what it is, man. Honestly, it does not move the needle for me at all. Pau Torres would be great, but that's only if you're playing Highland football. If you play Highland football, Torres is elite. Do you still bring Deliver Kowa? I think he's good, bro. I think people obviously are going to overhype the young prospects and everything like that. So obviously it's going to have to be in and within reason at the end of the day. So, Bremer from Juve. Bremer, he's actually not too bad, you know. I know a lot of people don't like him. Bremer's pretty good, I would say. Tap Sopa, Simakan, Kusunu. I've seen Kusunu looks good, by the way. I actually like Kusunu. Tap Soba, not too bad of an option. Simakan, you know what I mean? You see the way my mouth is doing? Yeah, that's how I feel about Simakan personally. Bremer, I know Will does not like him. Yeah, I agree with Joe. Like, I've watched him, bro. Like, I've seen guys cook him like before, and I know he's young and everything like that, but I don't see it, bro. I don't see the hype with him necessarily. Like, I can understand the other CBs, but with him in particular, I'm not seeing it, bro. I'm not seeing it from him, bro. I'm actually not seeing it with him. And Tapser was pretty good. I agree. Schlotterbeck, interesting option, but I don't know if he will leave Germany. Diomande is also very average and overrated. Very much from restylable. Cole was good again. I don't think sometimes players get a bit too overrated, but we know his quality. 60 million for 80-year-old Euro. What we have not shown enough. Cole is not overhyped. He's one of the best in the position for his age. No. You're not getting my point. People can hype him, which is good, but I feel like some people have overhyped him at times. That's what I'm saying. We don't need to let RCB, fair enough. You know, Lenormand is about to go to Atletico. Well, Atletico are about to buy Lenormand, but from Real Sociedad. But you know who I'd also want personally? The guy that I would personally want is Caliafori. Caliafori would work for us quite well, actually, I think, for me. But that's the only thing I can think of. But guys, we have reached the 1 hour and a half mark. Hopefully, I can give you guys some more news tomorrow. But as you know, Saturday night, 10:30. The only reason why I did this show at 10:30, as you guys know, is because of the England game, because I was watching that game. But tomorrow, we will be here again, 10:30 p.m. British Standard Time. again, we will be here. We'll be discussing a lot of the stuff again. Hopefully, we get some more breaking news, some more stuff for us about Chelsea for us to be able to watch. Of course, that's the aim. That's the plan. At the end of the day, like, say Prime, we boo them. Hey, yeah, bro. But listen, guys, you know who I am. I've been your host and most of Bridge 258. I'm going to be redirecting you to my guy, Flawless. So listen, tell Flawless, you know what I mean? Potch in. Tell Flawless, potch in. Tell Flawless, yeah, potch in, please. Thank you very much. But guys, I've been your host and most of Bridge 258. Dedicate your hearts. And as always, please